We are live. How is everybody doing?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. Those of you,
I hope you're fucking phenomenal, my friend.
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
We are going to, for those of you that are in the Ohio area, by the way, Cincinnati area, Mark and I will be together next week. It should be an interesting time.
A lot of shit. A lot of shit talking. A lot of shit. A lot of just shit. Oh, and also the people who want to beat us up, we're there. So if anybody wants to actually throw hands in real life, we're there.
I mean, it's always amazing to me how many people talk mad shit, and then me and you announce where we're gonna be, and then there's like,
there's got to be some like crazy lefty fat person who really hates us in the Cincinnati area, and this is their opportunity to tell us to our face how much we suck.
Yeah, I mean.
And look, here's the deal. I'm not hitting anybody. I got too much to lose, but I think it'd be funny as shit. It'd be one of those situations where you're just like, Ree! And we're just like, okay.
What always amazes me is that like we live in such a sorry about that. Whoops. I had to press pause on something. We live in such a crazy ass world where so many people say such random crazy bullshit, and nobody actually tries to like stand by their words. This is what we're going to talk about today, everybody. Just so you know.
I want to get on. Oh no, I'm gone. I'm back. Hey, so check it out. Okay, so I'm watching this video. I think you might have seen it. I think you liked it. And it was this white woman and two black girls in an altercation, and they broke it up. And so she's talking to some. She said this. Now this is not me saying this. So whoever cuts it out realized that she goes, oh, that's, you know, them black bitches. She said black bitches. And then the black women came up, just beat the shit out of her. And I'm like, I'm cool with that. Like, if you're going to talk shit, you got to be willing to get your ass kicked. See, I wish Twitter was like that. That way, if let's say fucking Keith Olbermann was like Roid Boy to my face, I'll beat the shit out of him. He'll never say it again. And also, like, people don't have the old school. You know why people were polite back in the day? Because you get your ass beat. Like if I went up, I would never, ever, first of all, call somebody out by their race, except for my Dago wife, you know. But other than her and Alan, you know, but other than her and fellow Jews, I can make fun of them because I have the card. But like, there's a reason why. Like post-racial, I like post-racial America, post-1960, 1970. There's a reason why you don't go up to black people and call them black bitches, because you're going to get punched. And there's a reason why you don't go up to a professional Jewish boxer and say, hey, I hate kikes, because you're going to get your ass kicked. With the internet, you don't get that immediate thing. So I think this fat woman was probably on like the fat acceptance page. She can just talk all the shit she wants. And then she meets some real people and she says something that's inflammatory. Like, I don't know. I say I won't do anything, but like if someone comes at you and they're like, and it's something you're proud of, like your race, like I would be very proud to be black. I'm very proud to be who I am. I'm very proud to be Ashkenazi Jew. I love my heritage. So if someone says, fuck you, you kike, my first inclination is I want to hit you. And I can't say 100% of the time that I'm not going to strike somebody. So because of that natural human reaction, it held people back from saying stupid shit because you never know who's about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think that's a huge difference. Yeah, I think that's a huge difference, though, between now and then. Like, I mean, my God, like, I posted something about Michelle Obama today, which, by the way, I voted for fucking Obama. You know what I mean? Like,
bro, that bitch is jacked. I don't care. Dude, if I want to say this for the record. I'm not saying Michelle Obama is a man. I don't fucking know. Okay.
I don't know.
I've seen the videos and I've joked about it and I offended somebody I love and I don't want to do it again. But I will say, even if Michelle Obama is a man, holy shit, that's a jacked ass back.
Dude, 59-year-old person with traps that like, I mean, I'm sorry, like I'm going to be 52 and I'm like, damn, shit.
I'm like, that's the fucking Black Dorian Yates right there, man. Bitch got a lat spread, fucking trapezius sticking out the top, fucking rhomboids popping out. I don't know about you, but I got excited. I went to the gym and I just started doing countless sets of lat fucking pull downs.
That's right, man. That's right. Because like, you can't be out jacked from Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama is on Michelle Otrina. She's fucking, she's right. She's just fucking jacked. Like, oh my God. Like everybody talks about her arms are weak. Her arms are actually undersized. She has my problem. Her arms are undersized compared to her torso. The only reason I won my pro card is because Michelle Obama wasn't in my class.
I can imagine that.
I almost tweeted that after you sent me the picture, but I forgot because I had a call. I should have. I missed out. It's still not too late.
But I had a lot of
cut out the soundbite.
Yeah. But I had a lot of people get really pissed about it. Like obviously today, I mean, I've been. For those of you that don't know, you can follow me on Twitter, and that's where I just kind of let my mouth fucking go. Like I actually pissed a lot of people off last week because I mentioned like, hey, Trump's not a fucking god, but and people got pissed, and then like, I mean, my thing is like, I wish people had like the fortitude to stand up for what they actually say. Like I got a newsflash for all of you. Me and Mark have been together in the same place many times, and I mean, people around us. I really I don't expect it to be all of a sudden different. Is what I would like to say. Don't expect to be all of a sudden crazy, because that's not how either of us go. And I just find online like people that are very like into online stuff right now, like people that have gotten really popular in the last like year or two. I think that they're just like kind of delusional about the real world. Like the real world doesn't exist online anymore, to the point where like the real world almost doesn't exist, because like if you look at the last couple of years, you can go around just about anywhere. I don't know anybody that like wants to go through what we went through the last couple of years. No. But online it appears like it's like a 50-50 split. Like you were telling me one time, like, you know, in your travels you're like, online's fake. Like it's completely fake, you know? And I really believe that. We're about to see some fake ass people right here. But
dude, hey, here's back on that topic. Like, everybody, I don't know anybody who actually uses Twitter in my life. Like, you know, so I'm at the gym every day. I'm at local events every day. I speak to business owners every day. Most people who use Twitter browse casually and use it as a news source. So very few people, and I interact with hundreds of people a day. And not only that, like now I'm coaching, you know, elite CEOs and professionals locally. And these people are like, you know, they don't even go on, like they'll post pictures of their family on Instagram and shit. But like, we're looking at like the people we interact with, all the crazies are like, they're like less than 1% of the population. Yeah. It's all bullshit and they're bots. I've yet to meet. So I have a couple people who are just browsers on Twitter, and they'll come up to me and they'll be like, hey man, I love your shit on Twitter, you know? But at the end of the day, it's funny because I have like 79,000 followers on Twitter, and I couldn't tell you like what the demographic is. I couldn't tell you any of that stuff. So it's kind of weird.
I don't pay attention to my analytics, well, almost anywhere, because I'm just going to say what I'm going to say. Like, I also think that that's the difference between you and other people and me and you and other people, is that like, I don't really care about my analytics, because what my crowd is, like the people watching, that's not going to determine what I say. You know,
yeah. I mean, I've pissed off a lot of Trump people, but I also today, like, I'm honest, like Trump going to East Palestine, being amazing. A guy who is literally, I'm paying hundreds of thousands of dollars of taxes into the state of Ohio. I consider myself a resident of Ohio, even though I don't live there, if that makes sense, because I have so much there. I have a gym, I have a business. What Trump did in Ohio, I changed my mind. It put him ahead of a DeSantis. It really did for me, and that says a lot. I would rather, and I agree with Alan, I'd rather DeSantis keep Florida great and let Trump deal with the international bullshit. Because I mean, DeSantis is a rock star. He can go another 4 years and then rock out the presidency in 28.
Well, the difference is between that though too. Just because he's a fabulous governor does not mean he'd make a good president. Like he's a fabulous governor because he can dictate and do, like he appointed like the Surgeon General for Florida is complete.
He's the best.
He's awesome, right? But that doesn't mean that he'd be able to do that on a national level. Like I think to become president, there's so many concessions that need to be made, which is a problem. It's already a problem. It's what's destroyed like Trump in 2020 is that like he had to allow concessions to people, you know? Whereas I don't necessarily know that like DeSantis would be able to have the same success from Florida that he would in the Oval Office. There's no evidence of it, because like it's a completely different system.
Yeah, I'm again. I've kind of changed my tune on Trump, and I don't care if that helps or hurts me. I'm not trying to gain back the people I lost by saying F Trump, but at the end of the day, it wasn't just going there. It was how he conducted himself, like going out, shaking hands, presidential shit, bringing all that water and taking everybody to McDonald's, like something simple, like taking everybody to McDonald's. Like that's awesome. That just made me really happy. And I'm like, okay, man, this guy just won me over. And I know that sounds like he won you over with just that. I'm like, yeah, while the other guy is off in Ukraine laundering more money. Right.
The thing I wish people could see is that, like, because I pretty much said too, like, okay, like what Trump did today was leadership, and that's absolutely it. And people are like, you were talking shit last week. I'm like, and everything I said is still 100% true, and I still think 100%. All of it.
Yeah, I'm not going to go back on the whole. I'm not going to go back on the whole 15 days.
No, fuck no.
But we all make mistakes, and here's the thing, though. He made mistakes. They suck. He hasn't apologized, but his actions moving forward started for me in East Palestine. And maybe I'm jaded because, again, like the great state of Ohio is near and dear to me. But at the end of the day, it's all about actions. Pete Buttigieg just went there because Trump went there today, and he's getting roasted. They literally, so Trump comes into Heroes Welcome, and this guy who literally is there just because he's gay. So here's the question I asked on Twitter. I know we're off topic, but that's what we do. Like, what is preventing me from just saying I'm a woman or I'm gay? Why can't I just do that, but live my life as a straight man with kids? And if someone questions me, just say that they're transphobes. So what is stop? So that's how this ends. And that's what I'm encouraging everyone to do. Never put white on an application. Because how do you, so let's say my daughter's applying for a scholarship. First of all, I don't even know if Jews are white anymore. No one give me a fucking answer. So why would she, so let's say she puts African American. Elizabeth Warren literally put Native American on everything, and she's less Native American than everybody here. She's less Native American than the average American. So what is stopping white folk? This is how it all ends. How it all ends is everybody claims to be a different color. Because how do you, are they going to 23 and are they going to 23 and me everybody? And trans, like that, we got like literally, we got the Secretary of Health, a fat man with a wig on, who hasn't even done anything to become a woman other than say he's a woman. Right. Okay, so why can't I do that but not do the wig thing? Like what is preventing me from being the first female CEO of blank?
I have no idea. The same thing, like words really don't have meaning. I've been calling everybody racist and transphobes today online anytime anybody ever says anything against me on Twitter, I just call them a racist. Like that's my new thing. And I'm going to keep doing it. You know why? And they're like, why? I was like, because you're saying something against me though. You're not black. And I'm like, well, that's racist. Like, how do you know I'm not black?
Transracist, transracial makes sense because I can feel, so I grew up in a black community. So technically I can feel like I'm more black, right?
Right.
So that makes more sense than saying I have a vagina when in reality I have a slightly above average size penis.
Yeah. Yeah. My period cramps were fucking horrible last week though too.
I'm just saying this is how everybody keeps saying, when does it end? It ends when everybody does it. Then it's not special anymore. So if you and I go like, if we fill out every application, everything as a woman, and if there's no litmus test for it. No. So why not just be like, I'm a woman, or I'm black, or I'm Mexican, or I'm whatever. Why not? Who's going to 23andMe test me? That's the reason identity politics suck, because there is no identities anymore. There's no real such thing as a purebred in America right now.
No.
Because everybody's mixed up, like slaves slept with masters. And then you have like, it's been a long time, people fuck. And what happens is they have mixed race babies. I'm definitely, look at my 23andMe. I'm all over the place. My wife somehow has like 3% African. I have no fucking idea where that came from. Fucking, she traces back to Pocahontas. Like, that's not pure Italian.
No. But then again, Italians are mutts. I'm an Italian. I mean, my parents, my mom's parents were over the boat Italians, both of them,
Yeah.
right? But if you do the like genealogy of it, my grandmother is mostly Scottish, like, so it's like, I don't want to get into the whole, well, I'm a quarter this, a quarter that, an eighth of this, eighth of that, because it's fucking stupid. Like, I mean, to me, that's just ridiculous. It's like, who fucking cares? Like, we pay way too much attention to it. Like, right? And to a certain degree, and by the way, people, we're leading into the genetics portion of this, right? Because being fat is completely genetic apparently now. Like,
yeah, it has nothing to do with processed food or lack of activity. And but the thing is, so what happens when the actual science doesn't line up? We do the same thing as we did with the pandemic. Is what we do is we just say something science without any data, like the masking and the actual virus itself. And so there's no data to back it up. So we have scientists or professors with doctorates go in and say something science with no science, but because someone who's a scientist says it, makes it science, although there is zero data or evidence to back it up.
Right. The biggest thing I think that people go with race right now is that it's just the easy thing. Like, I mean, look at the fat acceptance people. Like, watch how they will get into like fat phobias, like born in racism. Like,
I'm ready.
It's insane. Yeah, let's do this.
So wait, one more thing. You're born black, right? Yeah. You're not born like you're not born gay. Like, how is gay a different group? Like, it's who you have sex. Who I have sex with. So like, is there a difference between someone who has sex with a blonde and a brunette? I don't care who you have sex with. How does that identify a person?
So, here you go, Mark.
Oh, God.
Oh, hang on.
Volume? Yeah.
Volume, yeah. Got to take that off. So, now, and so.
Who's Joe Brown?
First of all, I'm just going to say this. That's an ugly fucking outfit. Like, it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with the massively enormous person in it. That's an ugly fucking outfit. Like, it is like the girl, the girl from
God.
The girl from the girl from Scooby Doo is wearing a fucking shitty ass yellow fucking dress.
What is going on with that? But it's still much more appealing than the fishnet thing she had going on there.
Yeah. Well, you mean, hang on, there you go, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, look, dude, like that's just like her vagina is covered by her belly.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Oh goodness. I mean, remember it used to be like, if that girl only lost some weight, she'd be so cute. I can't even tell anymore, man. I don't know. I mean, she has such a cute face, but I mean, it's what has social media done to humanity?
Yeah. I mean, who knew Alan was the angry Tim Gunn? That's funny. But it's a horribly ugly outfit. I'm sorry. Fucking Velma, like
not good.
I don't know what the fuck happened. But here's the thing about this poor woman, and she is I feel bad for these people. I know maybe many people don't think I do, but I feel bad for these people. She's gonna die young. This is not.
Yes.
This is not me making shit up. Okay. She's gonna die young, and she can smile all she wants, but as two dudes that were both fat at one point in time.
Yeah.
Because many of you may not realize it, because Mark has 0% body fat. Mark was pretty thick at one point in time.
Very thick, 290.
Yeah, but she hates her life. Like, this is not fun for her.
Can you imagine her joint pain, her just pain, like, and also like when you have that much stomach fat, your lower back is hurting all the time. You're getting sores. Like, you're not like Alan taught me about this. Like, where that belly is hanging over right there, she's literally getting these sores, and she probably has to put powder on there so it doesn't like chafe.
Yeah,
she's a miserable person. She's in a miserable position right now.
And anybody that says that she can be healthy while doing this, I do encourage you to realize that, like, she's probably 150 pounds overweight. She's probably double the size she should be, likely.
Yeah.
Her heart did not get double the size or double the strength Probably because also if you consider that she literally has got this way from eating shit food. But, dude, like, there's a thing called, and I encourage all of you to do this after, like, when you feel good on like, your stomach feels okay and everything like that. And if you literally, just be careful, but look up necrotizing fasciitis of the skin folds.
You made me do that once, and it ruined me.
Yeah.
It ruined me.
It is horrible. And
don't do it. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it.
Only if you're really, really, really brave, do it, because it's horrible. And
it's like, hey, have you ever gone to ratemypoo.com?
No.
They literally rate poops. I don't know if it's still up. It was up when I was in like 2004 is the last time I went there. And I used to like hyperlink people, and I put like, but I'd hide the link and just put like a link to like chocolate something, and then people would click and be like, "Dude, what the fuck?"
You're so evil, so evil. I love it so much. Somebody's like, "Rate my poo, let's go,
let's go." No.
But I think this is a horrible thing that social media has done. Right? She's pretending she's happy. Like, I am all for, and I know this is tough for people to understand, but if you can look back on my old content, I don't want people to like feel shame. I want this woman right over here to pick herself up and become a real ass grown ass adult and fix this shit. But she's trying to pretend like this is not something to be embarrassed about, and it is. Like, it absolutely is. Hang on, let's do this one too. Like, let's go back. Hang on, we got a few more. Let's do, hang on. Let's do fat liberation.
Fat liberation? That's a thing?
Yep. Fat liberation hashtag. When you catch your crush looking at you in health class, but the teacher is talking about obesity. Like, this woman, like, I wish so much that you and I could make people understand that they're not doomed for this. These folks are not. There is options. What I eat a day as a fat person. Yes, Mark. You need.
Why would you? Well, I mean, I guess it could be like aversion therapy, right? Like where not know what not to eat. But I've been really inspired by what I've seen from like Elijah Schaffer. Like, here's a guy who used health to beat alcoholism and a bunch of other things that were kind of, and here's a guy he believes in God, and he believes in the singular familiar unit, and he was able to use fitness and good food and exercise, and it changed his life. Like, I've been friends with Elijah for about a year now, and when he came to me and he's like, "Hey, I want to change my life. Can you help me?" I'm like, "Sign me up. I'm here for you, bro." And the fact that it's changed his life in so many ways. And what we know about fat now is that it just makes you dumber. It makes you in more pain, and it makes you die earlier. Like, the evidence is so strong. There's no debating. Now this fat guy is really smart. Yes. But how much smarter would they be? Like, you could be a genius and be fat, but you are not optimal in your brain function when you are fat. It is what it is. Your blood flow's weak. Fat just destroys everything. And there's credible evidence on this. So I look at fat people, and I don't look at them with anger, with hate. I look at them with, please, I want you to feel good. I want you to live a great life. And again, like, I have fat people that I love. I have fat people in my family. My wife's side, I don't have really many people in my side of the family. But all I want them to do is get healthy. But it gets to the point where I don't even bring it up anymore because it just causes discomfort, and it causes an awkward moment that I don't like.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't necessarily love it. It's part of what I have to do for a living pretty much all the time. But I can say this, man. It's like, and I say this almost every day on my lives. And to any of you listening that are new to seeing me or something like that, if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to get healthy, if you're trying to get in shape, I'll do damn near anything. Like, me and Mark and I have, like, shit. Mark has started literally helping us produce amazing supplements like no morbidity, things like that, like in order for us to actually like get people healthier, give them options, right? But if you are just reveling in being fat 3 years into a pandemic, to me that's kind of natural selection, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I have a hard time like getting there when everybody had to close everything for everything when health was a big factor. And I'm not going to judge all of that shit, but what I am going to say is I don't understand how 3 years ago health was a huge factor, and right now we're literally pretending that if you call somebody fat, you've broken the law. I mean, it's such a weird thing.
We need to be able to tell truth and honesty, right? Like, and that's not by any means shaming somebody, but like for example, if somebody's black and you say, "Hey, you're black," you're dumb because they can't. What are they going to do? And being black isn't unhealthy. You can't equate the two. You can't say that. Oh, well, it's the same as being racist. It's not, because when someone says, "Hey, I really care about you need to lose weight," you're fat shaming me. No, I'm death shaming you, because if you don't do this, you're going to die. And you're like, well, and then people will point out things that you might do. Well, in the past, you did this or that. Okay, fine.
God.
That doesn't make the truth I told any less true.
No, absolutely not. It makes it doesn't change anything. I always say that too, like, because people are like, "Well, you were fat." I'm like, "Yeah, and I fixed that shit because I got sick and not being able to." Yeah, because I got sick and not being able to tie my shoes. Look at the calories. This is an adult woman, like an adult woman eating this shit nonstop. And I mean, to me, this is where we fall down. So this is a big bowl of ramen for breakfast.
What is that shit? Is that beans?
I think it's beans. And then there's a chickpea tuna and tomato.
So that's full of mayo and whatever. Peach is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Vanilla latte.
That latte has 400 calories. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Okay, so that's fried orange chicken. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Crispy goose. Wow. How much money is this bitch spending?
That's what I get too. Like, no shit. Like, dude, they spend so much fucking money every day.
Dude, I was talking I was actually with Josiah Fitness. He's on. We follow him on Twitter, and I was on his podcast today, and I was talking about. So I usually get to the gym at around 5:15 a.m. and McDonald's opens at 5, and I drive by it right down Liberty Pike, and dude, there's a line waiting for McDonald's to open every morning, and they're spending at least $10 on breakfast. I don't think now. I eat all grass-fed beef. And it comes out to $5 a pound for everything, even the good cuts, because it's I buy it locally. I eat white rice, I eat outright bars, I eat whey. Even if I paid for all my stuff, I don't think I go over $15 a day. These people are spending that for one meal. And I don't budget. Like, I'm just being real. Like, I don't have to budget. I've done pretty well, and but I'm very budget conscious because I'm cheap. So like I look at it, I'm like, holy shit, I barely spend any money on food. Mm-hmm. Compared to anybody. Like, this is, oh my God, what is that?
That's raisin on there. Is French that toast.
Yeah. Okay, that looks delicious though. I ain't gonna lie, I'd eat that.
Yeah. Breakfast sausage.
Nah, I'm not eating that. Yeah, that looks good. I'll take a 2 turkey wrap. No, so this is a vegan fat fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. What the fuck is okay, I'm not down with that. The raisin bread, she had me. How do you hate that ice cream? You gotta be really fat to hate that ice cream.
Yeah.
Carl's Jr. fries.
So another $30 day, $40 day.
So, I mean, it's very expensive to be fat. Like, they are by far, fat is, and you've said this, fat is a privilege.
Oh my God, it's so privileged. Like, look at this woman eating. And I mean, it's not even a matter of how much they disproportionately burden our system, but what? I mean, you tell me you couldn't find a more resourceful way than eating like $40 or $50 worth of like junk every day. Junk, Oh,
yeah. McDonald's, like when see, here's the problem. Like,
look at that.
If you're fat,
look at the visceral obesity.
That is visceral, yeah. So just so you guys know, the difference between visceral fat is intra-organ. And subcutaneous fat is basically the fat under your skin. So that's the one you could pinch. Whereas the other one is organ fat. So I have I've told this story before to you, but my son's old soccer teammate's dad is a general surgeon. And he said that when he operates, let's say he's doing something with a liver or kidney or whatever. So he puts his hand through the subcutaneous fat, and he literally has to keep wiping off his glove because the fat melts in his hand. And so here's the crazy thing. When he said for visceral tissue, he goes like the organ's right there, and the organ is just jam-packed with fat. So visceral is actually way more dangerous than subcutaneous.
It just chokes it all out. And I mean, when you look at waist to height ratio compared to BMI, the huge factor for these folks is BMI is racist, blah, 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 all that stupid shit. It's ridiculous, right? Yeah. But if we just did waist to height ratio, this woman's waist to height ratio, she's very likely close to a 0.75 to 1 for her waist to height ratio.
Yeah.
Which is insane, right? I'm going to point out, and this really upsets people, there's almost no difference between how she's built and how a fat man her size would be built too. Because it's not like her boobs aren't as big as a fat man's, and the belly and everything like that. Like it blurs the line even more. That's how unhealthy it is for you.
It's so bad. I mean, and we're just pretending that this is okay. Everybody's just pretending that this is fine. There's nothing wrong with this, and it's not okay. And we've gotten to the point where we can't even talk about it without some kind of like you're fat shaming. Oh God.
And that's enough of that, dude. That's enough. That's enough.
That was a good one to end with.
Yeah, that's enough.
So what is the
answer?
What is the path forward? What is the path forward on this? Because, I mean,
here's my biggest concerns with this. I even shared an article with you earlier today. At some point in time, the way our society is looking, people are going to start looking at some point in time, being fat will become damn near illegal. And
so
I know
you think the pendulum's going to slip that way? I think, and you sent that article about food rationing today.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to. So we've essentially vilified smokers to the point where if you smoke, you're Satan, and right. that happened. And remember, like, it's funny. I follow an Instagram page. I love it. It's called The Greatest Show on Dirt. And it's about like 80s and 90s baseball when the pitcher's warming up and the pitching coach is like smoking a cigarette right there.
Yeah.
Like, people don't realize, like, people smoke on planes and buildings. Yeah. Everything smelled like smoke. Now you don't find any smoking sections, right? So I think that obesity is the difference is you don't smell obesity. But what happens now? They're like, okay, you got a point. But what happens? what happens when you can no longer fly on planes? What happens when you have these issues where you have people like I sent you the picture from my flight the other day when this woman was literally inside of me on my seat. Yeah. So I mean, and you too when you flew out here. So it gets to the point where if you walk through the airport, at least 50% of people are not just fat but obese. Yeah. So if you get to the point where we have more than that, how are we going to fly? How are we going to have planes, trains, and public transportation? There has to be a blowback where they're like, we can't be this fat.
Well, at some point in time, you reach the tipping point of what's possible, right? Like we keep hearing people like the airplane seat thing. At some point in time, if we make the seats bigger, flying will become unaffordable for anybody. Like,
yes.
I mean, because you've got I just bought tickets to go to Pittsburgh tomorrow, and I got a great deal. Still, I'm just like, damn, you know what I mean? Like it's not cheap. I got a great deal, and it's still not cheap. The healthcare burden is immense. Like these new drugs that are out. That, by the way, people, if you're watching this, instead of spending $1,300 a month and possibly getting thyroid cancer, just give No Morbidity a try. It's $40. Just try it.
It'll save you $1,260.
It'll save you $1,260 and get better results, and you won't be worried about like thyroid cancer. And I shit you not, dude. When I first reached out to Mark today, everybody, I was going to do a thing like the side effect videos about Ozempic and Wegovy on TikTok because they're immense. But these people talk about like I'm nauseous all day long. Like, man, I remember the first bottle of No Morbidity you sent me, like the little sample bottle thing, like where it was just like it was just it actually had MTS on it, right?
Yep, it did. It was because I didn't know where to put it.
Right. So I honestly didn't
put this.
Yeah. I honestly didn't know. Like I took it and then I was like, well, I don't think this is going to work. And then like 3 days later, I'm like, well, maybe I'm sick because I'm not hungry. And then all of a sudden, I'm realizing like, oh shit, like it just kept getting more and more. These people talk about getting massively sick, throwing up all the time, everything like that, and I just don't understand. Like, why would you put yourself through that? These people are literally the same folks are like, all diets suck, all this and that, blah, blah, blah. Why take something like that? Just it's $39.99 a month. You can try it. If it does not work for you, then go to the $1,300.
We have a money back guarantee too, so there's really no risk. I mean, so I don't understand. I just don't understand the. I mean, we need to get. I mean, we're getting out there as much as we can, but we've literally found a way to safely do what they're supposed to be doing in the big pharma. But they don't like natural stuff. It is what it is. They like. I do think that I'm happy to see that big pharma is focusing attention on obesity, and I do think it is helping a lot of people. But I also think that you don't need it. I think that you can get by, and just like I still get hate mail, hate email, hate messages for a video I did 6 years ago about gastric bypass surgery, which I am not a fan of.
Me either. Because
you're mutilating your insides for something that can be controlled, in my opinion. I'm not even going to say supplements, through a psychological intervention. I think you could probably do a lot of get rid of some of what they're doing through psychological help, through getting. Even try acupuncture, try anything before cutting your fucking stomach out. It's like
three-fourths of your stomach too, and it's completely. I mean, it screws them for like ever. It should be. You're 600 pounds. You can't stop eating. We need to immediately get like a couple 100 pounds off of you. This person asked, do you ever worry about people using Nomo for other end eating disorders? And as somebody that deals with eating disorder people all the time in my coaching, I don't at all. Because most people that have other end eating disorders, and what they mean by other end eating disorders is that like restrictive eating disorders, right? Most people, like anorexics, they want to feel hungry. Like, I mean, and no morbidity you just don't. Like, I mean, you just don't like. I think that other end eating disorder people will miss the feeling of hunger because then it's more of a control thing about their life to want to starve themselves than anything. And you just don't like. I know I'm biased because it's our product. You just don't feel hungry. You don't.
Yeah, and it's not to the point where you don't eat at all, right? You're still going to eat. I just want to kind of debunk this. No. It's thermodynamics, bro. But I will say that apple cider vinegar does have some beneficial effects on HDL and LDL. So take it for that. But if you're following the TikToks, so I took apple, it's just shut the fuck up. No offense, Joseph, but I think that that's truly misleading. And it's just there's no data to suggest that apple cider vinegar without caloric restriction or reduction is going to lead to weight loss. It's just not going to happen.
For like pickled onions, like stuff like that. There's like because you use vinegar for that process too. There's some probiotics effects and stuff like that. But it's still like you're still going to need to watch what you eat. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to just all of a sudden.
Next thing you know, motherfuckers be drinking like a gallon of vinegar a day because of this guy.
No shit.
The data on acetic acid is not that strong. I know what acetic acid is. So there's good data on acetic acid and cramping. So that's or else everybody would just eat pickle juice all day long. Yeah. Just being honest, like let's not make these claims here, bro. Let's not do it. Yeah. I'm not making claims. We don't need to make these claims.
It can help with hunger pangs while fasting. I don't know. I mean, as some of the like I avidly use apple cider vinegar for lots of things. We use it as a disinfectant.
I use 2 tablespoons in the morning, 2 tablespoons at night.
I'm just saying that, like, as somebody, like, it does not do that. Like,
it's great. It's great,
yeah.
and it's cheap. But let's not be one of those apple cider vinegar cures everything guys. Let's not do it.
Yeah, I prefer kimchi. I like it too. But hey, guys, just so those of you that, my mom's in the hospital, so I just did get a text, so I'm gonna hop off here in a couple minutes. Just because I want to give her a call. She's done with her therapy here in a little bit, but so I'm sorry about that. But like, I hope everybody understands where we're at with all this stuff. Like, do what you can do to try to get healthier. If apple cider vinegar stops you from eating, great. But let's not like pretend that it does like other stuff that it doesn't do. Like pickled stuff, kimchi, pickled onions, all that stuff. Apple cider vinegar, like I said, I use it all the time. I use it as a disinfectant, and I ingest it a lot. You know, it's excellent.
Man, what is up with the straw man shit today, bro? Like what's going? So are we supposed to disregard old data because you don't think Joe Biden won the election? I'm just so confused here. That was the worst. That was the worst comparison I've ever seen in my life. Like, we literally live our lives based on data. It's how we formulate things. And
I really think people get me and you very construed when it comes to the political stuff, because Mark and I have spoken at length about this shit. I can guarantee you we're both independents. Like, we may back different horses, but I can guarantee you we are both free thinking, and that's what I encourage all of you to do.
I'm literally speaking at the April event. By the way, you can come out here. There's an April event in Franklin, Tennessee for the Mises Caucus, and I'm speaking. It's right down the road in Cool Springs. So I'm a member of the Mises Caucus for Libertarian Party. So I like when people go, "You're a maggot." I'm like, I'm not even a Republican. I'm a third party idiot.
Yeah, a third party idiot. That's how I don't even like. I really call myself independent. I obviously. Obviously lean with very serious, like, constitutionality type stuff. Like, I'm a big believer, like, the Second Amendment means I should be able to own anything. Like, if you're not in jail, you should be able to buy anything you want. Like, walk into a store and grab it. I don't even believe in background checks. You know why? Because I can mow somebody down with my car. Just as easy. You know,
what part of shall not infringed doesn't make sense? It's pretty simple. Shall not be infringed. I mean, if you're reading it now, I'm not saying we should just arm felons, but here's the deal: like, felons get guns. It's what bad guys get shit. You know, it is what it is. Yeah. So what we're doing is making it more difficult for law-abiding citizens to protect themselves and even the playing field. Yeah. That's just me.
And that, and like freedom of speech. Like, I'm a big like. Just so everybody get a grasp where we're at here. Like, I don't think the government should know anything about us. And I also don't think that they should be able to hold any information away from us. And I do think a huge portion of the problem with our health is that the government is in bed with other people. Like, I can personally say, like, and you guys can go check my Twitter and my TikTok and stuff like that. Like, I have lots of questions that I would like lots of answers to that nobody can seem to answer after the last 2 years. Mark and I got death threats, canceled, all sorts of shit. But literally, I just want answers. Like, but our government did not look out for our health. Are we discussing politics now? Mark and I discuss whatever we want on the topic of our head at any given time.
Hey, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to go on Google and type in ADHD.
yeah. Just type that in. You know, I had somebody say
this used to be called the ADHD hour. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah. People were saying I fake my ADHD. Like, holy shit, that would be first of all, I would love if I could just, like, turn that switch.
That's like accusing me of faking my transgenderism.
Yeah.
It's not acceptable.
It's not acceptable. It's just not.
Transphobes. They're dead naming me.
ADHD squared. That's a good fucking name. That's a
shirt. That's a shirt.
That's a shade.
That's a shirt.
Which, by the way, man, like, we need to talk about shirts when I come up there too. So,
yeah, we have. You can see the press and everything.
Oh, it's awesome! I can't wait. I need to redo the some of my stuff too here. Hey guys, look, squirrel. See, we're on T-shirts already. We were just talking about apple cider vinegar a couple minutes ago. Like, poor dude is still, like, trying to post, like, comments about apple cider vinegar, and we're already on T-shirts.
Speaking of which, this gasp shirt has to be the best fitting shirt. I need to get these. Like this thing fits so good. It makes me look better than I look.
I don't know about Mark is one of the very few people that I've met from YouTube that like actually looks like you look more impressive in person than not. Everybody else I've met, like, and this is not to knock on Chris or anything like that, but Chris Jones, I always bring him up. Chris is amazing, but he looks so much bigger on camera than he is in person. Like
but when he takes his, this sounds so weird. When he takes his clothes off, he's
a big man. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of comes to life. Like he's one of those guys that in a shirt, but his arms are big too, so he looks good in a shirt.
The camera just loves him.
Whoa,
He's enormous.
Hold on. Whoa, hold on. Dude, Joseph, you're crazy. We never said we hated apple cider vinegar. We just didn't want you to claim that you lose weight no matter what you do if you take apple cider vinegar. That's it. We both take it because it's tremendous for blood sugar control and even has so many benefits, but I'm not going to let anybody come on here and say that you can disregard calories and still lose weight if you fucking drink vinegar.
What's with people putting words in my mouth? Like there was a private chat that Mark's involved in, and people were putting words in my mouth.
This guy needs to put something else in his mouth. He keeps saying this.
Yeah, like you guys hate this. I literally said I use it all day long. Like why do I hate it? I just don't want people to depend upon, like saying like all you got to do is have apple cider vinegar. Like there's an entire country of fat people that are going to disagree with you, bro.
I didn't mean to insult you that bad as saying you need to put something in your mouth, but you literally said we hate something when we just said that we both use it and we like it, but just don't claim that it just makes you lean if you eat bullshit. Yeah. That's all we want to do. We don't like making claims we can't back up. That's why if you guys, I wouldn't mind publishing our text. Some of the things I wouldn't want published, but we're literally constantly sending studies back and forth all fucking day, all day. It's what we live by. We live by data. And so look, and you cited you pulled out a quote of AMPK. And that's fine. And it helping prevent and actually making a caloric claim. You're claiming basically that it cancels out calories. It does help mitigate hunger by controlling blood sugar, but that does not say, you said, hey, you don't have to just take apple cider vinegar. It's literally what you said. I don't want to have to go back, but I don't like how I'm spending so much time on apple cider vinegar. But again, it's something that I literally take, and I tell people to take it. But I also don't misrepresent why to take it.
Yeah, he's just trying to. I mean,
I don't know. I really think he believes in apple cider vinegar. I don't think he's trying to start shit. I just think he really, and I like it too.
Yeah, me too. I want the leaked Alan and Mark Twitter file. No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The fucked up thing is here's like. Mark and I shoot text back and forth all day long. We mostly talk about, studies, data, the world, politics, shit like that. Most of which Mark and I talk about, just follow us on Twitter. Because while him and I talk, I'm a pretty open book. So's Mark. And that's one of the reasons why I think we gravitated towards being, towards being such close friends, is because in a world full of people that just fucking bullshit and lie and say anything they fucking want, we don't.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. The world is fake.
Yeah.
I took a whole ember. I'm on my, Katie was like, how many energy drinks is that? I'm like, only 2. It's not counting my pre-workout at 5 a.m. though.
Yeah. I'm a full ember in, a full dose of mental jewels, and the rest of my stuff, Vita and everything like that. I haven't taken anything else. I'm taking no more Vita here probably.
Bro, it's 80 degrees outside. I've been spending as much time out. So the cleaning crew came today. I'm like, do my office first. I'm going to go walk barefoot outside. I'm like, this is amazing. I'm like, it's been in like the 60s and 50s, but not like barefoot weather. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I'm like, this is amazing. I went out there. I threw some fetch with my dogs. I'm like, this is great. Because I'm inside all day, even when I train people. So we've been making the kids run outside. We have a good hill behind the gym. So we make the kids do sled pushes up the hill.
Ooh.
And, it fucks them up. So it's, we've been loving this weather, but it goes back down in the 50s and 60s, and then it goes back up. It's just that confusing time in Tennessee where it's anywhere between, 55 and 85.
Hey guys, I do need to run.
You do need to run. And I will. Thank you for having me, man. And You guys know where to find us. You're actually here right now.
You know where to find it? It's 70 degrees in Pittsburgh area today. I'll be in Pittsburgh Saturday. It's supposed to be like 30 fucking degrees. I don't even understand why. But anyway.
Have fun with that.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Sorry, I got to run. And Mark, I'll talk to you later on, man.
All right. Peace, everybody.
Bye.